Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to bring to the stage the White Wolf, Sebastian Stan. Ibombe! 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 Hey, make some noise. It's Sebastian Stan. Hey, Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. What's up? How you doing? It's good to see you, man. So good to see you.
Bombay.
Yes. Yo, listen, I told him I was gonna do that. What did you say back there?
Bambili forever.
Yo, he went full on Wakanda. I wasn't ready. I was like, oh.
I still hear the voice of M'Baku in my ear. Mm-hmm. Winston's my new friend, by the way. Winston Duke's my new friend.
He's awesome. He's definitely awesome.
He's awesome.
You know, since you started with Winston, let's just jump into that. The tweet that you read to him.
Oh my God,
man!
This is so intense. Have you've seen the tweets?
Oh! I saw the tweets, but that particular one.
What are you guys doing to poor Winston out there? I don't think he minds it, but
no, no. The look on his face when that was said, and what was it, Mac? That was like, bop, bop, bop. It was so bad. It was so bad. Can you tell those people that in the back that might not know? Do you remember what that tweet said?
It was M'Baku can get me on my back anytime. And I mean, it's really stuck with me forever. But
I think the lady that wrote it is here.
Is she? He?
They? Are they here? Look, I saw a hand go up like, If you know him, here's my number.
Yeah, exactly.
That's real. So everyone has been warned. We can talk about Infinity War.
I mean, it's out there. Has everyone seen this movie? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Were you okay with it?
Man.
The day the purple guy won. You know.
When Grimace gets it all, that's just,
I mean,
not okay. It's not okay.
But yeah, that's it's pretty wild. I mean, I saw it for the first time at premiere night.
Right.
When we were all there, we saw it for the first time. Didn't even know what to.
Was it what you expected? More than what you expected?
Oh, I mean, it was so beyond, you know. But it was exciting. It was nice. It really felt like I was actually, you know, a true audience member. You know, I really kind of, I didn't feel like it was like a movie that I was in. You know, I felt like I was just as excited to find out and a spectator to this massive kind of thing. But you got to give it to the Russos, man. I mean, like, that's not an easy job. You know, like, kind of combining all of these people, all these characters in one movie is so tough. I think my favorite scene was, I mean, the Chris Hemsworth scene is just, it just doesn't get any better than that. It's like, I was laughing so much at that. And Dave Bautista.
Hey.
I mean, I know he improvised some of those one-liners.
Did he really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did. But it just had me on the floor.
We were actually teasing because I had to move the couch a little bit and I had to make sure that I...
Is he here?
No. But I mean, you couldn't see him because he was moving so slowly. That's what it is. Oh. Yeah, he was imperceptible. But no, you actually had the, you know, towards the latter half of the movie, one of the most impactful moments that just spiraled into a series of like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Yeah. When you read that, like, were you like, really? This is what we're doing?
Right. No, Bucky was going to be like, Steve, should we go to... Steve, do you want to... No, I remember actually the day on set, and James Young, who is, you know, one of my talented, glorious stuntmen, stunt doubles, stunt coordinators on this film, came up to me and actually told me what was happening. He goes, yeah, so we have this mat here for you, and then, you know, when you walk out, you're going to fall on it because you're going to disappear. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, no, the brothers will talk to you about it. And I said, oh, okay. And I was like, maybe this is it. And I remember Anthony Russo was talking to everybody, and I was like, Anthony, okay, I'll wait. Is this it? And he was like, no, well, maybe, but not really. Well, I don't know. And I was like, okay. So that's the way that day went.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to admit though, when you did,
but I did ask. I was like, okay. Does the same thing happen to Anthony Mackie? and they're like, oh yeah, he's gone. And I was like, okay, good. All right, then I'm okay.
Now, speaking of Mac, so in Cleveland last year, I brought up to him this very specific fact that when he fights a white guy that's named after an animal, he loses, right? So Ant-Man.
Is that really true?
Let's look through his history. Look at his history, right? So Ant-Man, he lost that fight. Spider-Man, you guys we'll call it a tie.
It's always very upsetting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then in 8 Mile, he lost to B-Rabbit.
Well done.
Right? But now you are the White Wolf, so you automatically can win in a fight.
So what you're saying is that if I were to fight Falcon, then he would lose.
Absolutely.
He would absolutely lose.
Boom.
But, whether or not I fight him remains to be seen, I guess.
I mean, it'd be crazy if you guys fought for the shield or something at some point.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nuts.
Just throwing it out there. Well, listen, there's lots of people that want to talk to you.
Okay.
I get my moments. Let's start on this side. Hello.
Hi, 包子.
Bowser, yes. Hi.
Hi, my name is Summer.
Shishi.
Sorry,
No,
what?
that was not the right thing to say.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
你好，你好，我爱你。
Okay.
After me, or if you... sorry, what? Oh, I have 2 questions, sorry. The first question is, can you describe Bucky's farm for us? Like what animal
Bucky's
does he...
farm?
Yeah?
Well, he clearly has a lot of potatoes on the farm. What about the what? Oh, and the plums.
Yes.
Got a lot of plums and potatoes on the farm.
And-
a strictly carbohydrate diet.
And pea foods. He likes pea foods.
And the second question is, if Bucky has the time to finish the line, Steve, what would he say? Steve,
Oh, what would he say?
Yes.
Steve, I don't feel so well. Steve, I can't remember if my passport.
Come on, man. It's like, Steve, you stole me $2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. You got this.
What future projects are you most excited about?
Future projects. Well, I'm really excited about the Nicole Kidman movie that I got to work on. It was really a great experience. And I don't know, but I know it got sold in Cannes, which was a great thing, which means it will come out. So I'm excited about that. And then there's a few other things that I'm still working with that I can't really divulge, but we'll see. But one thing at a time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. Yeah. So let's see if I can word this right. So in the comic books, I feel like there's a lot better representation of disabled characters, and I feel like the MCU could work on that maybe. And I just wanted to know what your thoughts were, like if there's room for that, like disabled actors or characters.
I'm sure Marvel is probably thinking about that, but you voicing that and wanting that desire is definitely something that I think goes a long way and gets heard. I think it's really hard, sometimes, and this goes beyond just, any character. I just think it's really hard when you only have 2.5 hours. And I know that they always want to be doing so much more with these movies, and they're always feeling like we're not getting to service everybody, you know. But because these things are so popular, because you guys want to see more, I think there is going to be an opportunity for that coming, where more characters will be explored with in the future, and I definitely know that for sure. So hopefully that gets done, because it should.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great question. Great question. Hello.
Hello. Well, I'm a bit nervous because it's my first time. My name is Carmen. I come from Spain. Maybe you remember me from Bucharest. I was in the...
You came to Bucharest. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, I was in the festival, in American Independent Film Festival, first row, Spanish girl, maybe you remember.
Okay.
Noisy ones. So this was amazing, and I wanted to thank you, because not only for the film, but after the film it was great, but also because my money was for a good cause. I bought the tickets in the first place, even if I didn't know at that time that I was going to make it to Bucharest. And that's why I would like to ask you about how have you started to collaborate with Our Big Day Out?
Well, first of all, thank you for making the trip and for, you know, spending the time and the money and to help those kids. And like I said, I'm not there, you know, all the time, but I'm always in sort of close contact with, you know, the founder, and then also our great, brave, you know, Our Big Day Out fundraiser on Instagram. You know, those girls went miles. I mean, you know, I know that different numbers were being thrown out there, but like they were able to raise to 28,000 pounds. And, you know, it's a huge thing. Yeah, I just try to kind of, you know, bring attention to it as best as I can. And I never feel like, you know, I'm always doing as much as I should. But I think it went a long way. The fact that you guys came, you know, that someone like yourself brought awareness to it, and now we're talking about it here, and sort of word keeps spreading. So, and that's the overall goal. But those kids were definitely very happy that day. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to ask a second question. I think you love your work as me. I am lucky because I work in something I love. But sometimes I can't choose the things I would like to create or develop. So if you could choose any role you would like to play in the future, what would it be?
Any role.
Well, you know, I started looking at articles and things and out there, and I can't really start talking about them because the second that I do, it kind of takes a world on its own. But I'm always really, you know, kind of taken aback by human perseverance. You know, sort of the human spirit when it overcomes something, when it's a struggle or you know, whether it's somebody from poverty or some issue or circumstance, some terrible thing, I don't know, or something that they're changing. So stories of people who believe in change and wanting to, you know, push their cause forward in some way, or are trying to kind of take on something that's difficult, is always an interesting story to me. So anything in that world is where usually I gravitate to, you know, and people have flaws and everybody's all over the place. And so anything that's truthful like that I would love to find that, but it's difficult. It's hard. It's harder than you think to find, as I'm sure you know in your own work. It's harder than you think to always make the stories you want to make. But if you're passionate about it and you keep going and over, eventually, you know, the doors will open. That's what I believe.
Okay, thank you.
That was beautiful.
You're like, what a poem. I'm not.
No, it's important though. It's important to know.
You gotta do it, man. You have to, like, you know, the more and more I think about it, it's like if you just believe in what it is that you want to believe in, it's going to happen, and you have to do that. I really believe in that statement.
All of us are going to take that with us.
We
seriously. Hello.
Hi.
I have a silly question or a serious. Which do you prefer?
Silly or serious? What you got?
Whatever whatever one you want. Go
Right?
for it. Depending how you want the rest of us to feel for the rest of the day.
Right. And look at you for the rest of the day.
If you were a dragon.
Wait. What do you mean?
This is a serious question, obviously. Go ahead.
If you were a dragon, what would you hoard?
What would you hoard? Yeah, dragons are known hoarders. Yeah. If you're a dragonologist like I am, you could just name it. That's not a real
Just
thing.
like on Tuesday mornings, like what do you?
Yeah. They just get stuff. Some
hoard
get
thing.
like gold. Some children. I'm a dragonologist, man. Don't
All
argue.
right.
Don't
So
argue.
it really did become a serious question after all. Here's the thing about that. I don't know what I would hoard. I know it's gonna be cheesy, so just relax, okay? But I would hoard my fans.
Well said. Well said. No, I like that. That's nice. Better than children.
Silent. Yeah, exactly.
It's much better than children.
Crickets.
Hello.
Hello. Ooh. So I'm here today to present the award for Outstanding Meme Lord. Now, nominations are Bucky Barnes, Lance Tucker,
Good Lord.
Sebastian Stan, and Jefferson. And the winner for Outstanding Meme Lord goes to Sebastian Stan.
Thank you very much. That's amazing. Meme Lord. I finally, Meme Lord. Okay. Well, clearly I don't have to do a lot of work to do this. Speech?
The Academy. Don't forget the Academy.
I'd like to thank Samuel Jackson for always believing in me and giving me the pep talk, and Sylvester Stallone for his Instagram posts. And Wizard World for making this happen. Thank you. That's fun. That can be very addicting.
That right there, that's going on a mantle. I'm calling it. Hello.
Wow, I just don't want to follow that question.
Oh, God. All right.
So I saw you as Hal Carter on Broadway on Picnic, and you were frankly amazing. So my question is, are you planning on doing any further Broadway in between all the movies you have lined up? And if yes, which I hope it will be, what type would you like to do, or what is your dream role?
Well, I got a little close to a couple things that were going to happen next year, but it's so difficult because every time it's a real 6-month commitment, usually and stuff, and you really want to have, if you're going to keep doing the same role, night after night, you really have to kind of like connect with it, and so I haven't gotten there yet, but oh my God, if anybody goes to New York, go see Lobby Hero. No, Lobby Hero is amazing. I mean, that would have been a great. That's great. That I love that. Is it over? Last week, okay. But I also saw The Iceman Cometh. That was an incredible show. I mean, anything by Eugene O'Neill, I would love to do one day. Anything by Tennessee Williams, I would love to do. I would love to have a shot at something like that. Something like David Mamet or whatever, I mean, there's a ton of things that I haven't gotten.
We also saw Scarlett the same week we saw Picnic.
Oh, yeah. Arthur Miller's is another great play. And, the best things is these things kind of keep coming back after a few years and so on. So hopefully at some point, I'll be able to do that. I mean, we'll see.
That would be awesome. Absolutely.
I'm getting up there anyway, so I should be. Whole new bunch of roles are gonna open up.
Thank you.
The roles of fathers.
Young fathers. Yeah.
My friend Charles Chu always says, "You're pretty old, man." So, yeah, I know. He's a great friend.
What are you, like 28?
No. I will be 36 this August.
Get out.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
I'm putting the cap at 28. Just hold on to that for a while.
Feel it.
Yeah.
In my back.
Hello.
Hi.
M'Baku in my back.
Whoa. Who said that? You said that, didn't you?
I don't know.
Which one of y'all?
I can't keep saying things.
Terrible.
Okay, perfect. I knew it wasn't in my head.
So I have a bit of a throwback question. I teach 7th grade science, but I also teach The Martian as part of an English enrichment class. And my students and I want to know who would be part of your crew if you were to take a mission into space.
Now, when you say who would be part of his crew, are you talking actors or real life people?
Anybody. Unless you want me to narrow it down.
That's tough. I mean, Mackie is like entertainment when I'm bored. I mean, like, what do you? I'm thinking like of people who I could help me survive up there.
Right.
You know, like,
you're like, no,
I don't know. I would need like, yes, Tom Holland, and put him in a pod and just let him drift off into space. Maybe that's what I would do. Maybe I would take all the terrible people in the world and put them all in a pod and go,
Not that Tom is terrible.
No, I know he's great. That's not what I meant. I like Tom a lot.
Although he is really bad at keeping secrets. Really bad at keeping secrets.
He is, isn't he? Yeah. That's a hard question. I got to think about that.
Thank you. You say he's a kid?
It's just, I'm telling you, it's a joke. I promise.
Tom is like 42 years old. What do you mean? Yeah. Like, he's like 42. He's got like...
Talking about Hiddleston?
No.
Oh.
Tom Holland. He just looks really young. That dude is like 42.
I know. I'm just complicating things. I'm just throwing names out there and just see what happens.
He was talking about Tom Jones. That's what it is.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I have a really stupid question.
No such thing. Exactly.
I was wondering, would you rather not be able to tell the difference between a muffin and a baby?
Would I rather not be able to tell the difference between a muffin and a baby?
Or change genders every time you sneeze?
Can I answer that one?
Yes, please. Let's both answer it.
Sure, okay. I'm going for the gender sneeze.
1,000%.
Yeah. Last thing I want to do is accidentally eat a baby.
No. 1,000%.
Yeah. That
muffin and baby in the same sentence is just not.
That's just weird.
Yeah. So I'll take the latter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. The next time I sneeze, I'm gonna be so worried. I'm like, did I just curse myself? Hello.
Hi, Mr. Stan. Thank you for spending your weekend with all of us. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for coming out in the ring.
Okay. As much as I love Infinity War, absolutely astounded by I, Tonya. Could you please tell me as much about the experience of working on that project? When did you first find out about it? Did you have to audition for it? Was Margot Robbie involved with the casting? Did you have a lot of bruises and beatdowns from those fights with Margot?
I would say yes to all of the above. Yeah, no. Yes, she was involved in the casting. Yes, she hit me a few times. Yes, I auditioned a few times. It was a really great experience, which is why, I think it taught me a lot about, again, this thing about time, that I've been thinking about lately. It's just the fact that I don't feel like we always have enough time, and I just I walked away from that movie and I just said, I think I want to just try and continuously be involved in interesting stories that should be told, and something that's challenging and is, going to be, that movie had a lot of messages. And so I felt very passionate about it. And so it's hard in the sense that, I want to find that kind of group of people where I collaborate and we can make a movie like that, and that reaches different people and kind of has an impact of sorts. And at the same time, you got to wait and you got to be patient for that. So because it doesn't come very often to get lucky with something like that. So it was, I appreciate it. It was a great experience.
Okay. One last question. You probably can't answer it, so I'll ask you to cough once for yes and twice for no.
Whoa, wait. Is this a Disney-oriented question? Disney Marvel thing? Listen, they have shooters, man. We can't do that. They will. No red dots. No red dots.
Okay, so you can't say anything about Luke Skywalker.
I can say everything about Luke Skywalker. Yeah. I don't know anything about. I have nothing to do with the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I would love to, sure, at any point in time, but again, it's not up to me. I mean, they've got to figure it out.
It's true.
They got to make that movie of after Return of the Jedi,
right?
And then maybe we'll see.
We shall see.
Gotta bring Mark Hamill to one of these things.
Yes.
You know what?
Let's start a hashtag. Bring Mark Hamill to Wizard World. And let's see what happens.
Yes.
Let's see what happens.
Yes. It's very interesting that you were talking about time and not having enough, because I just got the sign that we only have 5 minutes left.
What? Speed round.
So we've got time for 2 more questions. I'm sorry. Hello, Catwoman.
Hi. I'll be fun. Don Salandino on Instagram has been making hints that the Gym Mafia might return. And I was wondering, what's the craziest thing you and Shim have done?
The craziest thing I've done is watch him in the gym. Watch him go crazy in the gym. But yeah, Gym Mafia will return at some point. I have no doubts about it. I'm on my own trajectory at the moment. But at some point it's gonna return. It's gonna have to, for sure.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now last question.
I'm too
pressure.
short. Hold on.
No pressure.
Okay. So, oh Jesus Christ.
Your posts are absolutely hilarious.
Thank you. I have a degree from UCB, so I appreciate it. So I have a friend who went to Stage Door when you went, and they told me that you had the coveted spot of doing Welcomin' in the cabaret show. And I wanted to know if you remember it, but if not, what musical would you do on Broadway? Because I have an idea.
You have an idea?
Yeah, I want you to be Bobby in Company.
Yes!
You believe it or not, I don't know Company.
It's about a guy who turns 35 and all his friends ask him what he's doing, and it's very sad, but it's really good. It's a Sondheim musical.
So an autobiography. Thanks.
No problem.
That sounds fun. No, listen, I would do, when I was at Stage Door, I did Sweet Charity, and I loved that musical. I mean, it was so funny, and so maybe I would do that. I don't know if I could last in the, I always loved that musical, Rent.
Oh, that's a great one. I love that one.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So there's a few,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome and bienvenue. There you go. That's all you got.
Thank you.
I used to know Rent by heart before I even saw it, but what was it? One song, glory. I can't do that. Come on. Like, we're going to be, I'm going to lose that pretty soon.
Yeah, don't do that. Wizard World Philly, make some noise for Sebastian Stan.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to see you. There's the lights.
Thank you guys so much. Sebastian, do you have a signing times later on this afternoon? Are you signing autographs?
I do, yes. So I'll see you guys there at the table. Thank you again for everything. Always appreciate it. You guys are the best.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like. You can share it with some friends, and please feel free to leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, and there's a little bell thing. If you click that, you get notifications when we have more videos coming out. See you next time.